luckily, we're in a first world country. We're privileged in a sense. Like I don't want to sit here and be like, it's gonna completely change my way of life, because luckily it's not. But I think when things like, say, like your subscriptions to things. So like we did like Wine 52, for example. Yeah, cut a few of them. Yeah.
I'm a bit mistrusting of all of the politicians at the moment. I don't think any of them have got a handle on what's going on. And I know it's not just our country. It's countries around the world.
Hello， 我哋今日咧終於都可以落街拍Vlog咪啊！今日帶大家咧嚟到呢一個東倫敦嘅一個小區啦。咁其實呢個區咧就鄰近 Victoria Park 嘅。我哋間唔時都會行落嚟散下步啦，飲咖啡或者買下嘢咁樣。
呢度就有啲酒吧啊，有啲叫做嗰啲 charity shop 啊。
我哋後面咧就有呢一個賣海鮮嘅鋪頭啦，然後隔離咧就有車衫洗衫嘅鋪頭啦，亦都有好多 organic food shop 啊、coffee shop 啊，亦都有啲肉檔啊咁樣啦。所以咧其實咧呢度可以話係麻雀雖小五臟俱全啊。咁我哋帶大家行下呢個區啦。
同埋呢度咧就有一個 Victoria Park 喺隔離。咁之前我哋都試過啦，喺Victoria Park 裏邊做過即係新聞室嘅一個戶外轉播啦嚇。咁其實都係一個好好嘅地方嚟嘅。咁所以呢個即係 London East 咧，亦都有另外一面啦。咁我哋而家咧就喺一間我哋都好喜歡嘅 coffee shop。咁但係今集咧其實就主要唔係講呢個 coffee shop。
但係我都要介紹一下先，呢個係我喺呢一個小區我最喜愛嘅 coffee shop， 佢叫做 Pophams。
係啦 ，Pophams。咁好日式嘅佢嗰間，即係呢間咖啡店。咁佢嗰個裝修好簡約啦，即係完全唔似係英國嘅咖啡店。咁佢都有好多即係陶瓷咧。就係做佢嘅器皿嘅。
我以前咧每朝跑完步咧，為咗獎勵自己同埋為咗去 initiate 我去跑步咧，咁我都會俾自己跑完步之後嚟呢度咧嘆杯咖啡嘅。咁但係講緊一杯 flat white 而家係要3.2英鎊啦。雖然同香港價錢差不多，咁但係喺呢一個生活成本危機嘅大前提底下呢，我最近都慳咗嘅。我而家一個禮拜只係落嚟1-2次啦。
如果喺馬莎咁計啦，我哋平時飲開馬莎嘅咖啡豆，咁咪講緊即加咗價之後係3.90磅，咁即係差唔多40蚊港紙一包。咁200幾克呢，其實應該飲到15杯啦，你當15杯咖啡。咁所以其實嗰個價錢呢，你出去飲咖啡係好貴。其實生活成本上升嘅壓力呢，係對於大家嘅消費模式呢都有改變。
喺禮拜五啦 ，Ofgem 即係呢一度嘅能源監管機構呢，佢哋就上調咗能源價格上限，即係我哋新聞室成日講嘅 Energy Price Cap。 咁而呢一個 cap 咧，現在嘅水平咧係1971英鎊，去到10月咧就會加到去3549英鎊，呢個加幅係80%。
呢個數字仲要唔係而家就停喎，講緊嚟緊嘅1月啊，下年嘅4月咧。係去到6000鎊一年，咁我完全係即係一個好難即係接受嗰個水平。
我哋同 coffee shop 嘅門面擔當 Kelvin 傾過啦，咁 Kelvin 就話佢同佢嘅 partner 咧，咁係每個月本身係俾緊50鎊嘅電同埋 gas 嘅費用啦，咁但係最近都發現咗原來已經係要俾80鎊啦。咁雖然話80鎊對佢哋嚟講係可以負擔，但係嗰個加幅都好明顯啊。
咁另外佢都話佢媽媽其實佢媽媽比較困難啲，即係而家打緊3份工，咁所以好可想而知就係如果啲基層嘅人呢，佢首先工作已經好長時間啦，但係其實賺嘅人工嘅水平呢，都不足以令到佢哋負擔到呢個能源帳單嘅升幅。咁所以即係而家呢一刻嚟講呢，呢個 energy crisis 咧，或者 energy bill crisis 咧，係英國主要嘅一個面對嘅問題之一啦。
咁所以我哋今日咧飲完杯咖啡之後都會訪問下附近嘅一啲街坊啦，睇下佢哋對於呢一個 energy crisis 有啲乜嘢睇法啦。
How much do you pay for energy bill a month?
Yeah, so I think it's £110 between me and my flatmate for that's EDF at the moment. So I know that's obviously nationally owned by France, which is crazy to have us pay for their energy as well. It's such a shame, but yeah, it's £110 a month. Obviously from October 1st it goes up, and it actually makes you anxious. I rang EDF the other day because obviously myself and my girlfriend are moving in together, and they've literally said that they don't know what my monthly bill is going to be from then on, and that is just terrifying. They're going to renegotiate it in October, but until then they don't know, and it's like, well, how am I supposed to budget from there, you know? It's not knowing that kind of makes you a little bit scared. Obviously it's energy and it's council tax going up. My flat currently is $14.50 a month between me and my flatmate, and I heard them letting it out to the new people for $1,700, and it's gone up as well as like all the other bills going up. It's just crazy, you know.
But it's a flat, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's a 2-bed flat on the bottom floor as well, and I don't think we've had the heating on since maybe February. And to have like, I think I'm like, the EDF have said that I'm £500 indebted to them at the moment until they recalculate it as well, and it's like, if I haven't had the heating on, then how do I still owe you money, you know?
So will you, cut back some bills so that you can have some more money left?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be that. I mean, it depends on the first bill, but you know, if that comes in at like 250 or something, that completely changes your way of life essentially, and it's kind of scary. Luckily, you know, we're in a first world country. We're privileged in a sense. Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, you know, it's going to completely change my way of life, because luckily it's not. But I think when things like, say, like, your subscriptions to things, so like we did like Wine 52 for example. Yeah, caught a few of them. Yeah, especially Netflix going up a lot, and like I think I maybe paid for like Amazon Prime or a few extras. Yeah, it's hurtling towards it. Yeah, and it's like, it's quite terrifying knowing that, you know, the two Conservative Party leaders that are going for the Prime Minister's job at the moment, like, they're not answering questions on it. They're answering questions on like, you know, people coming over from different countries, and they're answering like questions on things that just don't matter at all. Whereas like, you know, day to day people's bills going up, and you know, it being like £1.30 for, you know, a pint of milk now, like that's the things they should be answering questions on, not stupid things like, you know, people coming over illegally, quote unquote, you know. It's just annoying. Yeah, I just don't think they're equipped to lead us, because they don't see us day to day. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Currently about £200 a month.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But then after the energy price cap increases, so would it be a little bit more?
I would imagine so. We'd wait to hear from our energy company, and obviously then look at what we can do to manage it, really.
So do you think this is still affordable for you?
I think we're in a fortunate position, yeah, that we can still manage. Obviously it affects the amount of money we got left over after sort of bills every month. We both got good jobs, so we're fortunate in that sense, and we can manage. But it obviously it makes all of the rising costs make a difference to what we're doing.
What about your opinion on the economy as a whole? Because due to the energy crisis, some of the household is quite very difficult to manage them.
Yeah, I think costs in general are going up. I think the thing that concerns me most at the moment is that the energy costs are going up, but then the companies providing that energy are still making huge profits. I think it was it Shell last week who announced £7 or £8 billion profit for one quarter, and I think personally I think it's immoral. I understand the way business works, but I think it's immoral to be making profit like that. The Saudi oil company making almost 50 billion in profit in a quarter, so that concerns me more at the moment, I think.
So you support the windfall tax, right?
Well, I remember a windfall tax taking, sort of happening once before, and after that the energy costs sort of spiraled. So I'd be concerned about what they did there as well at the government. But I think the government have certainly got to look at the profits that the energy companies are making.
So do you think the government should do more to support the household in the UK?
We're in a fortunate position and we can still manage, but there's a lot of people out there that can't. So I think the government have really got to act quite quickly. I think the government at the moment are more interested in sort of finding a new leader than actually managing the economy, really, aren't they?
Are you confident to the new government?
Not particularly, no.
Why?
No.
Why?
How about Boris?
I'm not a Boris fan. I'm not a fan of Boris at all. I'm from Wales, and we've got a Labour government. We've had a Labour government for a long time, and I don't think they're doing a particularly good job either. I'm a bit mistrusting of all of the politicians at the moment. I don't think any of them have got a handle on what's going on. And I know it's not just our country. It's countries around the world. I was listening to a guy from a German sort of energy watchdog this morning on the news, and what's happening here is happening in Germany as well. So it's not limited to us. The fact that Russia at the moment are burning off 4 million cubic meters of gas a day at the moment. I think that's immoral. I think I think there's something wrong then, isn't there, with the world economy, where one country can do something that affects everybody else so badly. They're a part of the United Nations, and they're doing, they're taking this one course of action that's affecting everyone globally, and certainly Europe primarily. The United Nations at some point have got to step up and actually take some action rather than just talking about it.
It's significantly more than what it is currently. At the moment, I suppose it's manageable, but the way it's looking like it might go is quite daunting. I think it might go that high.
So do you think the government should do more? I know that the government is trying to give some subsidies to the household.
Yeah, I think it's only going to work out about £65 a month, which isn't enough considering where it might be going. So yeah, I think the government could do a lot more to help us now, but hopefully doing something behind the scenes to try and reduce those costs later down the line.
You mean in long term?
Long term, yeah, because it's obviously not sustainable with where it's forecast to be going. I don't think at the moment enough of our energy comes from sustainable places. We rely still quite heavily on fossil fuels for a lot of our energy.
But how about the renewable energy?
We do have a lot. We do have a lot compared to some other countries in terms of wind, and the way we're going with nuclear looks quite positive. Whether or not people think that's a good idea is another question, but it is more sustainable than the ways it's currently being produced. So I think we're on the right path, but clearly something's still wrong in that the prices are still going up and are likely to carry on doing so.
So how do you tackle the
I think countries shouldn't go to war with each other over. That's one big way of doing it, I suppose, because as far as I'm aware, that's one of the biggest contributors to the reason why this has happened. I think countries need to probably be more self-reliant, producing their own energy in sustainable ways. Because if the more it's monopolised into those larger countries, it's only going to go up in price as they have a monopoly on the market.
So do you need to, reallocate to spending so that you can manage the potential energy bill?
I suppose yes, we should now, because we know what's where it's going. But I don't think it should be something that people have to think about that much. It shouldn't need to ever be considered that you're actually budgeting towards something that's almost, in a way, a kind of a basic right to have access to that kind of stuff.
英國舊年就發生汽油荒，而今年呢就係發生呢個烏俄戰爭，西方呢就係要禁止俄羅斯嘅石油進口，所以呢啲油價、能源價格呢都係飆升嘅。英國油站汽油價格呢就曾經去觸及到近200便士一公升啦，咁但係而家呢就回落翻少少啦，去到173呢啲水平，咁但係仲係非常之高噶嘛，咁所以呢有好多駕駛人士呢都轉用電車啦。嗱，不過咧能源危機加劇咧，其實令到揸電車嘅成本啊，亦都高咗好多。咁啊，譬如呢種白色 tower 咧，就係一啲電動車嘅能源供應商所搞嘅一啲叉電 port 啊。呢種白色嘅 tower 咧，主要就係有一間叫做 South London 公司咧就提供嘅。咁啊，8月22號咧已經加價咗一次嘅啦。咁個非倫敦居民咧就由呢個 49p 加到 59p 咧，係 per kilowatt hour。咁啊，加幅咧成20%。咁至於如果喺倫敦居民嘅加幅咧更加明顯添，咁就由呢個 39p 加到 55p 咧，就係呢個 per kilowatt hour， 咁啊其實加咗成41%。嗱，10月能源價格上限咧就加80% 啦。咁而家即係依家 South London 咧就冇話加價或者唔加價嘅。咁所以皇家汽車協會 RAC 咧就提議政府不如咧都減埋呢啲能源供應商俾電車嘅 VAT 啦。
我哋嚟緊係咪都會拍多啲關於呢啲生活成本嘅topic？
係啦，因為我哋之前都有試過，又無論上年嘅 Christmas 之前啦，今年嘅3、4月嘅時候啦，亦都係因為呢個即係成本危機問題咧，就拍過一啲即係街市行情嘅。咁我哋睇下究竟而家去到一個
超市行情啊，係
超市行情。咁所以睇下即係嚟緊啊，有個 energy crisis 咧，又再令到嗰個通脹問題再升溫啦。究竟係點樣嘅咧？咁我哋到時又即係因應呢個唔同嘅情況咧，就再拍多啲 Vlog咪啦。
係啊，因為講緊咧1月份嘅通脹，花旗銀行係估計去到18% 啦。咁所以無論係能源成本啦，定係食物成本啦，即係食材成本啦，其實都有一個好顯著嘅上升啦。咁所以我哋除咗今集關注呢個能源成本嘅即係能源帳單嘅上升之外呢，我哋嚟緊都會做多一集啦。咁就係講食品嗰個成本嘅上升，帶大家去超級市場再睇下啲價錢啦。
好啦，今集 Vlog咪到呢度啦，我哋下一集再見，拜拜。
五臟雖小。
A few moments later. A few moments later.
樣樣俱全，係咪咁樣講？
五臟俱全。